Hello, Aqua here. Welcome to episode 15 of my Feed the Beast Ultimate Beginner's Guide. Shit. It's not Beginner's Guide, is it? It's the Let's Play. It's the beta. I haven't done the Beginner's Guide for like 2 weeks. That's the mind to say it. Should I start that again? Screw it. I'll leave it in. Hello, guys. Welcome to episode 15 of my 1.5.2 beta Let's Play. Right. A couple of things to tell you first of all. One thing, I know where these pigs are all coming from. You get creepers riding pigs. I presume that's where the pig that I found in the nether came from. And that's why I keep finding pigs underground. So creepers spawn on pigs and the creepers despawn but the pigs don't. So that's why since we've been playing this there's been loads of underground pigs. I've done a couple of things to my base. I've cleared out this area and I put a wall around it all. I used that stone wall that I made use of that concrete wall because I didn't really have any use for it when I changed. Oh shit. And you can see it's pretty blast resistant. It's kind of why I like it, but shit. Started this real well, haven't I? Right, I promised to start this episode explaining the version that I'm playing on and stuff. So we're still on the 0.4. Now, I think I got confused by what Tom told me the other day, because, well, I'll blame myself for not really paying enough attention. Right, as far as I understand it, the NAI plugins is actually in the pack. To get the pack to work on a server, Tom had to mess about, and that's why we have got a newer version of NAI plugins. Then, see my shovel's broken there, so I can't actually use it at the minute. We've got a newer version of NAI plugins that I believe is in the 0.5 pack that came out this morning. Now, we probably aren't going to go into 0.5 a bit because Tom gets married on Saturday, so he's going to be really busy this week and probably not have time to mess around making sure it works on a server and stuff. So for the time being, I think we're still on 0.4. I had a quick look at 0.5, but I'm not sure if it downloaded right because it looked like it was all the same mods, and I was expecting some, from what they said, I expected some more to be added. One thing I did say what I'd do is I'd say what the config change we've made. Now, as far as I understand it, there's only one config change, and that's the Greg Tech recipes for Manufacture Reloaded. And we aren't using the Greg Tech versions, we're using the thermal expansion. Now, I don't actually know how to record anything other than a game window with fraps. I think you can do it, but I had a quick look and I think you can change stuff around and like kind of jury rig it so you can film other stuff. I could download another filming package, but I'm not going to put it in chat. The only thing you have to do to change the config is go to where your Minecraft folder is. Now mine's in Acco Downloads. That's the folder that all my Minecraft sits in. If you're playing on a single player, it's probably in roaming. So it'll be Acco/roaming app data, something like that. But mine's all in there. No, that's a lie. If using Feed the Beast, it probably is in your downloads. I think if you use vanilla Minecraft, it goes into that roaming folder, doesn't it? So wherever your Minecraft folder is, you can find that pretty easy. So in there, you should have a folder called 152 WGT or NGT, and then that's where your Minecraft installation is. So in there, you're going to want to go into the Minecraft folder, and in the Minecraft folder, you're going to go into the config folder. In the config folder, you're going to go to Power Crystals because Manufacture Reloaded is one of Power Crystals mods. Crystals, and then in the Power Crystals folder there is a file called Manufacture Reloaded, and finally in there there's a thing called Common CFG. So that's the full path. Obviously the first bit will be depending on where your Minecraft install is, but there's mine. So if you follow that path, get into that common config. I'm just going to click off screen actually, get myself into it. So common config, that'll open up as a, just double click that and that'll open up in Notepad, and then scroll right down to the bottom of that, and in the bottom there's a little bit called, put all that into chat for no reason, at the bottom there's a little bit called hash recipe sets, and in recipe sets there's 3 there. The first one says if true, MFR will register its Greg Tech based recipes. We've got that set to false. So the second line in there is B enable grade tech recipes equals false. And then the second one there is, if true, MFR will register its thermal expansion based recipes. We've got that one set to true. So that's all you need to do, is to change that grade tech one to false. So sort of type that in, save that, restart the game. If you want to save or restart the server, then that'll do that for you. So that's all you have, that's literally all you have to do to get on the same, to have the same config set as we've got, as far as I know. Unless Tom's changed something else and not told me about it. I think the only other addition we have to the server. No, we don't have TPS. Okay. Sometimes we have a thing called Beckill's TPS, which just lets you see the tick rate of each loaded dimension. So it looks like we haven't got that at the minute. But that's, you can just add that in. It doesn't affect anything else. Right. Let's do a bit of dirt and cover that all up. So that's literally all you need to do to make it so you got the same configs as me, as far as I know. Now I will ask Tom, but as I say, he's getting married this weekend, so I don't plan on seeing much of him this week. I imagine he's going to be really busy. Because weddings are awesome fun for dudes. Yeah. Right. Let's cover this all up because I can't leave that there. Letting a bloody creeper blow up. What's wrong with me? So yeah, I found a use for all this concrete. Oh. Didn't bring enough. Found a use for all this concrete. I just made a wall all the way around there. So I do like the look of them blocks. I think they'll maybe look better in the texture pack that I used before. I'm on vanilla textures here, and before I've used it's not run out of power. Before I've used Faithful 32 or sphax. I probably will be going back to Faithful 32 when I check see if there's a version for this. Well, I remember someone kindly told me. I think it might have been to Uno. If it wasn't. If it was, thank you. If it was someone else, thank you. I can't remember what it was if it wasn't. The setting on the tree farm that I've actually moved, the tree farm's gone. If you remember I said the other day, I didn't know what the jungle tree setting was. Well, if you set that jungle wood setting, then it won't cut down the trees, it'll take the cocoa beans instead. Which is kind of awesome. So I'll be setting that up in my little multi-farm thing, which is what I plan to set up at this episode. So that's all that. This, I've gone a bit mad with this stuff. This is stained glass, and according to the thing there it says it's white, but it's not, it's light blue. Stained glass, really like this stuff. Manufacturer Reloaded. It's got all this stained glass, and I never actually used this before. I say I'm quite a fan of the glass viewer from Zycraft, but excuse me a second. But because we ain't got Zycraft, then we ain't got no glass viewer, so I've been using this stuff. You make it quite straightforward. So these are all glass blocks, light blue glass blocks. So it's just a piece of glass and a bit of ceramic dye. So to make the ceramic dye is just a bit of clay and a bit of dye, light blue dye. Gets you 4 ceramic dyes. So a stack of clay is enough to get 4 stacks of glass, blue glass. So I've used some of that, and then to get the clay I've used. I will have a good source of clay pretty soon from the MFR farms, from the sludge boiler, but I should actually make a straw. To get the clay, I just use the minium stone on some gravel. 4 stacks of gravel gets you 1 stack of clay. So I just use a bit of minium stone cheatiness to get that. So I made myself loads of that. While I'm in here, Safari Net, I've actually made myself one of the reusable ones because I've been fighting loads of stuff down in my basement, and I've ended up with quite a few ender pearls. I've got about 18 ender pearls, and I've got no space at all, so it's just 4 ender pearls and a gas tier. So I've got one of them in there now, so I can capture mobs at will. The way you saw it set up as I finished yesterday, I was going to make a noise with that because I like it. It's fun. The way you saw me finish the setup yesterday, I've changed quite a little bit. Whee! I think I'm going to build a temple in the jungle and have it all like spooky and pressure pads when you step on them. It all puts fire everywhere, like some of the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Think of something like that. String, seeds, shard of minium. I'm binning because I've got like 5 stacks. So for now, I'm just binning shards of minium. And I need some more of that stuff. I've run out of them bricks, right? So I've done quite a lot down here. This episode I'm recording quite late because I had issues uploading yesterday's episode. I had to restart the encoding about 4 or 5 times, and so it took ages. So I've been uploading that this morning. So I didn't want to record because it lags me out when I'm uploading. So I'm actually doing this in the afternoon. Normally I record in the morning. As you can see, I finished my floors all the way down there. Whee! I put some of them slime bricks at the bottom to stop me falling. I say I've gone mad with this glass, so there's glass everywhere. Oh shit. Check behind me, make sure there's no creepers. I clearly need to sort things out a bit there. I need to sort out my lighting all over the place, to be honest. I've fought so many mobs down here. There's just I ain't got it lit up nowhere near well enough. So that's what I sussed with the pigs, because I thought, what the hell's a pig doing there? And I realised it's these guys riding pigs. So none of this is lit up well enough, apart from the floor I'm actually working on. I get the odd mob up here, but it's generally alright. So you can see the idea I'm going to have up here is going to be layers of machines and stuff. And I am going to have arcane levitator shoot. Right, I moved my farm down here. That's what you can see through the glass up there. So here's my wood farm. That's going okay. It's I've got so little space, it's ridiculous. What I need to do is get on with my farms, and then which will give me enough power so I can actually set up applied energistics. So this is all turned off at the minute. I've got my sheep for the ranch is now in that one. I've still got my free thing of cows. There's no wheat in the breeders at the minute, so they aren't breeding, they're just chilling. My cows are just chilling. They all squashed up. 1, 2. Lost a cow. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've lost a cow. Son of a bitch. Don't get it. How can cows keep dying? It's like they get stuck in a wall or something. There should be 6 in each of these. Yeah, there's one missing over there. That's a bastard. So I've had to turn this thing off because I've just got so much fertiliser, it's ridiculous. So I need to make a use for the fertiliser. So that's what this episode is going to be. It's going to be setting up my stacked farm. I want to do 9 farms on top of each other. So if we go upstairs, I'll start getting some of the bits together. And then I'm going to put the first one together off camera, make sure it works, and then I'll come back and show you it all. Look at the state of this. Got a double chest of wood just sat there. I've got a double chest of fertiliser just sat there. I've got that thing nearly full of fertiliser. I need to get on with this. I've got wood there. Oh shit, there's just shit everywhere. I need to get on with bees as well, because I said the bees I've got. I'm well past having enough drones. I need to sort this right out. Falling well, so much stuff to do, so much stuff. So yeah, what I've made is go in. What I've made is not that fool. Put that in there. Oh shit! I've got no room for this shit, have I now? Can go in there. Yeah. What I've made is I've got 7 planters, 9 fertilisers, and 9 harvesters. Now I'm going to use fertilisers in them all, but I'm not going to run the fertilisers all the time. My plan is sorry. My plan is to have all this set up using RedNet and applied energistics level emitters. I've got some plans. I think RedNet's going to go really good. You know, RedNet, this cable stuff that you've seen a real little bit of, but you've not seen the controller housing yet, which I'll be doing, making some quite elaborate redstone stuff. That's the plan anyway. So for now, I've got all this planted and stuff. I need some more energy conduits. I ain't got nowhere enough there. I need some more cables. And for now, I'm just putting stuff into chests. But like I say, if I want to get the farm finished this episode, and I want to do applied energistics next episode, so I can start managing all this shit that I've got. Right, I'm going to cut the camera for a little bit and work out where things are going to go. I'm going to make some more conduit because I've got loads of liquid redstone there, and I'll be back when that's all done. Okay then, so here we go. The first thing I'm going to do is just a little basic wheat farm. Of course, this is just getting powered off my little one magnetic here. That's powering this at the minute. But what we're going to do is, the plan for this is, so first of all, let's start with a planter. So I'll do wheat first, that makes sense. So planter, not there at all. Gone wrong already. Break full. Let's pop that off. Planter is going to get powered in from the side, and then each planter is going to have a harvester and a fertilizer to go with it. So the way I want to do this is I want to power up the back of these. So So we're on to there. Yeah, that's correct. So then I'll have the harvesters on this side, fertilizers on this side. Now I've got a couple of planters short because some of the things aren't going to need replanting. Like if I have reeds and stuff. So that's the idea behind that. But if we start like this, now I also need ways to wire in products. So for example, the harvester is going to have to be able to put seeds back into there. So I'll be working off the back of this as well. Yeah, that's the idea. The only debate I've got is I don't know what to do with the main power line. This main power line is going to be going, yeah, that'll be alright, across the front of everything. That'll be fine actually, I think. Right, so one thing I'm going to need is a harvester putting seeds back in. So each one is going to need, each planter is going to need a diamond pipe on it. And then, yeah, the pipe's going to be quite a lot of pipes as well. The pipes will be running down from one to the next, so I'll be looping pipes back around to the next one, and eventually into a chest. But so I only need the correct seed to go back in. Ah, shit, the correct seed to go back in there. So start off with this one then. So what color? What even color is that? Is it blue? Yeah, it's blue. Okay. So blue is going to want seeds to go back through, and we can put seeds in there. There we go. I'm going to get a little bit of fertilizer just to get things on the move. Oh shit! Oh, get away, fool! Crap am I doing? Well, that is kind of an idea what's going to happen next. We're going to put stuff up there next. So there's a little setup. Let's grab a bit of fertilizer. That's going to be upstairs, isn't it? Damn. Should have brought a stack of fertilizer with me. So let's grab that real quick. And I only use a little bit of this. I just want to get stuff moving for the pipes. But at the minute, there's got nowhere for it to go. Should have got a chest as well. I haven't got a chest. This is what planning gets you. Or should I say, this is what not planning gets you. So there's going to be the first one anyway. So I'll put a little bit of fertilizer in there. You'll see that. Ah, of course, fertilizer now needs more than one go. So to grow wheat, it takes like two bits of fertilizer now. So there we go. That's going to start kicking wheat out. Of course, it's got nowhere to go. But the seed should go back in there. Has it kicked any wheat out? I don't think it has, you know. Hello? Any wheat? It should have done, shouldn't it? I haven't put any down there. So where the hell did that go? Let's have a quick look again. Let's put a bit more of this in. Yeah, it's getting kicked out now, look. Oh, it's vanishing though. Is it falling through the floor? There's a bit. What the hell? As if. How'd that get over there? Ridiculous. Okay. Be like that. See if I care. Weird. The fertilizer is going to need some kind of way of getting fertilizer into it. Oh, right. So there's the first thing. So the next thing then is we're going to want our next planter on top, that middle block. So I bet now I want to actually place it on top. Oh, there we go. So there's going to be our next planter. There's going to be our next power to the next planter. So first I'm going to go up, then I'm going to go down. So of course on top of that we need, this is going to be quite a fantabulous contraption, I think. It's going to take some doing to get all the wiring right, but so we'll be doing some of that off camera, just God's sake. Just to get it sorted. The next one I want to see, I actually want to see if these cotton machines get harvested by the MFR harvester. I'm not sure if it will or not. So what will be on the side? I'll probably close all this in and make it look nice as well once it's all sorted. But I want 3 lines up, and then was it harvester was that side on it? So harvester, and then fertilizer. Now the fertilizer won't be running all the time, so I'll never have that much fertilizer. But because I'm going to have control it all off level emitters and stuff, then it should get to the point where the machines are always full, so then I will be able to just get stuff on demand as I need it. So I won't have to wait for things to grow, I'll be able to just get it as I need it. What I'm thinking of doing on this one then is these cotton seeds. So most of them can go in there. I'm going to save one for a second. So you get the gist of things. Blue pipe. And I'm going to start having to put diamond pipes in as well that I haven't brought with me, but that harvester is going to feed down to there, past that blue pipe. I'll probably circle them round down the side of the fertilizer as well. But I can't connect that yet because I need a iron pipe there, because that was connected to both, you see. So we don't want that just now. So yeah, I'll cut now. Right, the trick is, okay, I put them seeds there, they ain't grown. So that's something useful to know then, but it seems that them cotton plants don't work. That's okay, as long as we know. So what I'll do instead then, the one I brought down with me is, I'm going to put one jungle wood log right in the middle of that. I'm going to set the harvester to jungle wood. No, shit. Jungle wood, no. Let's change the yes and it cut it down, doesn't it? So what we'll do in this one then is put cocoa beans. Cool. So that one will grow cocoa for us. So that's going to want blue. Cocoa beans are going to go all the way back in there till that's full, and then once that's full, that's that one. Right, I'll be back when this is tired here. We'll get one more thing on top of there. I'll get some more seeds down here. We'll start putting all the bits together and see what we can come up with. Okay, so here we are. This ain't going as well as I planned it to. I'm starting to think that I should possibly abandon some of this idea and use Thaumcraft golem farms for certain things. Melons and pumpkins, the harvester does harvest them, but the amount of space you'd need, it's really slow. I could make a really big horizontal farm, but if I'm going to do that, I might as well just use golems, because golems don't use power once you've set them up. So that puts these guys out of the way. Pumpkins, melons, get out of the way. Barley don't work. That's been sat there for ages. That hasn't. So that's not. That don't work yet. I'll say yet because I'm sure that it'll get added. These cotton, these don't work. These don't get harvested from the harvester. So that was all ripe cotton, if you will. I don't know if ripe's the right word. Is ripe the right word? So that won't work. And of course the sugar cane does work, but if you're going to use a large lateral area, is that lateral? I can't speak. A large lateral area, then you might as well just use a golem farm. So for them things, I think I'm just going to use a golem farm. I've set up a bit here, so I'll have a quick run through what I actually have done. Some of it working nice. Let's just change this back to brick. Thank you. Now, so what I've got here is, that works nice. So I could set that up to maybe a bit taller, maybe have a separate thing. I don't know how high these actually reach, but the fact that they can reach so high on a thingy farm, I'm not even sure if I need all these. You know, I could possibly be getting away with half the number of harvesters that I've got here, because clearly the harvester there can reach the top of a tree. So no idea how high these guys actually reach. I should possibly turn that off and have a look at some point. I'll get some levers off camera. What I've got here is, so if I've got carrots, and what I can do is, I brought some fertilizer down just to show you all in action. So I've got 4 things up to now here. Up the top, Just fell right down to the bottom. At the bottom there we've got nether wart. That works nice. Let's start at the bottom then, eh? As soon as my jetpack's trying to tell me to start at the bottom. So there you go. Nether wart. Works fine. So I can use an ME network to keep it set amount of nether wart in my in my, what do you call it? ME network. Let's just wrench that round. Let's just stop that working. That should stop that working. Get a bit closer. Peekaboo. Okay, so they shouldn't be working now. Okay, so let's go with, oh shit. Turn the damn thing round, didn't I? There we go. So there. So there's wheat in action, as you'd expect. Wheat works fine. On my beginner's guide, I ended up with too much. I don't know about too much wheat. I had the planter extended, so I think it was 15 by 15, and that works fine. These cocoa, this works fine. Now let's see if the harvester from down there actually works. I can't actually tell which harvester's doing the job there. Oh no, it's like that harvester's still working even though I've turned the power off it, so it's using its internal buffer. No, it's still getting power, okay. Let me lie here. So you see that works nice. Got plenty of cocoa, so of course when I start making frames, I can have that just pulling cocoa as it needs it. And then finally at the top, so that's still letting power through even though it's wrenched. That's weird. So I'll try them with a lever on them in a bit. Then of course the top one there is carrots. Shit. Can I stand on there? Yep. So we'll put some fertilizer in there. And you'll see carrots popping up. So we've got 4 items going into there. Now all 4 of these, obviously the seeds from the wheat, not the wheat itself, but the wheat itself we'll be using for breeding cows. The seeds and all these other things can go into a bioreactor. So this is the thing that takes 9 items. So what we're trying to do is get 9 items for this. So we've got definitely the wheat, if the seeds keep up, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I get potatoes in there, 5. I get melon seeds and pumpkin seeds going from a golden farm, 7. 8 with these trees, and I could do with some MFR trees as well, but we ain't got any. It means travelling to some newly generated chunks, I think, because it is actually in here now. If you look, I hope my mic's not getting caught on my top there. If we put rubber in there now, a few days ago this rubber wasn't showing, it was only that rubber. So we have actually got MFR rubber now, because I guess that's because of our change, our thermal expansion change on the MFR config. So we've got so much, but it's not going as good as I'd like it to. That's the bottom line at the minute. I think what I should really be doing is using this wood, get a steam boiler going, using wood and charcoal. Because as you saw upstairs, we've got plenty of wood overnight, and we can keep feeding this the fertilizer, the stuff from the fertilizer. Can keep that going at a good pace. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some bits ready off camera, set up, and we'll put a steam boiler together, because that's what we should have done possibly as soon as I'd finished this wood farm. So back in a little bit. Just a little addition before I get on with the boiler stuff. I put a lever on there and I put some fertilizer in that guy, and you can see that this harvester is not reaching that. So even though the harvester there, it must look for trees in the bottom square. So I don't actually need all these harvesters, so I'm not cocked up there. Another thing you may notice, I've used these new plugs here. These are the new Buildcraft plugs. You make them by putting a cobblestone structure pipe in your assembly table. It makes 8 of them. They're really cool. So they stop pipes connecting. So I've got gold pipe next to gold pipe there, and they do not connect because I've plugged them. Really nice. They work awesome. And the final thing to mention on this is, of course, MFR farms, even though they till the soil for you, you still need to add water to make them grow quicker. So I've got a water source there, I've got one up there as well. You can see it dripping for the carrots. So the tilled soil staying hydrated. Right, on with boiler stuff. Whee! So I've just been to the nether because I wanted to get some blaze rods. So I just killed some blazes. Got myself some blaze rods. I'm going to make a couple more ender chests in a minute. But because I've quarried my portal away, I thought it'd have sent me to Jim's portal, but it hadn't. It's made me another portal over here. So it's just a random portal over here. Now I went through Jim's portal to get there. Before, if you went through Jim's or mine, you'd come back out of mine. But now I come back out of there for some reason. So it puts, if Jim comes out there as well, it puts him even further away from his house. It's weird how portals work. You actually, if you want to build one to force it to connect to somewhere, you need to build it at the nether end, and it should connect then. Get up my garden. Get out my garden. Right, so I've been on a website called Railcraft Boiler Fuel Calculator. It's, the URL, I'll type it in there just so you can see it, is calculator.towerofawesome.org. Calculator, I left my case right over it, awesome. Calculator.towerofawesome.org, and that's a really cool Railcraft steam boiler calculator, and according to that, it's going to take me 74,000 planks to run a boiler off planks now. Pretty crazy. So that's a lot of planks. So we have to feed the fertilizer directly to the wood, directly to the tree farm, I believe. 2 of them. Oops. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a boiler. I've got the bits here, so I've got another couple of ender chests there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make these cyan white for the ones for the fertilizer and the wood. I've got the bits I need here to make my boiler. So first of all, we need fire charges. Now these are the ones that are left over from the jungle temple that I found. So I've not had to make any of these, but fire charges are pretty straightforward. I don't want that there. I want bricks. I want that like so. And furnaces, I made one short on furnaces, damn it. So let's make one more furnace before we can do this. So 8 cobble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And just so I can do it quickly, I'll do it on the crafting table. Oh, 1. Thank you. So there's my solid fuel firebox. So yeah, 75,000 warm up. And then 3,800 planks an hour to keep it running. Now 3,800 planks through a sawmill, you get 6 planks. That's the other thing I want to make here. Sawmill. That's what this other bit of stuff's for. Let's put a sawmill together. And there should be a hatchet in there as well. There is. Iron axe. Sawmill. So when you put logs through a sawmill, you get 6 planks. Plank 3,802 planks an hour in stacks works out back into logs if you're using a sawmill. It works out at 10 stacks of logs an hour. That's what I'm going to need to make. And the fertilizer there puts out a fertilizer about every 10 seconds. So I think the tree farm can keep up. We'll see. I'm making it a high pressure boiler as well, just for fun. I could make it a low pressure boiler, it wouldn't use so much, but it wouldn't put out as much either. I'm going to see if it can keep up. If it can't, I can always use, I've got a load of, what have I got? I've got loads of steel upstairs getting bent into plates. There we go. What? Oh shit, yeah, I've run out of power. Because I pinched the thing, didn't I? So I ain't got loads of steel bent into plates. Right, I'm going to sort that out. Well, we've got some steel plates, because of course steel plates, if you craft them one on top of the other, gets you high pressure boiler blocks. I need 72 steel plates in total, and I've not got 72 yet. So I'll be back when I've got them. And we'll see if this damn thing can keep up. It's going to be a close run thing, I think. But right, and the other thing I need to do is I need to set up a little ME network just to supply the boiler, rather than do it of using like chests and stuff like I did on my beginner's guide. I'm going to go straight for a little ME network. So we'll get that sorted as well. Okay, I got my plates bent, and that gives us, I've got 72 of these steel plates, which I turn into high pressure boilers. You do that just by putting one steel plate off another, like so. That gets your high pressure boiler block. I've got 36 of them, that's all I need, so I ain't going to make any more just yet. Something else I'm going to make, which I should have made previously, is deep storage units. These can store 2 billion of a single item, so this is going to be useful for storing our fertilizer and our wood. I haven't looked at them yet because they usually take ender pearls and ender eyes. Because we've got the thermal expansion recipes in, they actually take an untuned tesseract. That gets you 4, so that's 1 ender pearl each. I think that's well worth it, to be honest. So I'm going to make some of them, and we'll be able to use them for part of the build. I'm not going to get onto ME Network in this episode because it's already running at 35 minutes plus, I believe. I've made a untuned tesseract, so that cost me 4 ender pearls, 4 liquidized ender pearls gets us that. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to get onto ME Network in this episode. It's running long as it is, and the way everything's going wrong in this episode, I can't see anything going right if I tried making an ME Networks. I've got no space. Oh, what's going on? See, everything's just going wrong. Everything's going wrong. I should have, when I got the name of the episode wrong at the beginning, I should have just scrapped it then and started again, to be honest, but I didn't. So, screw it, it's done now, innit? Right. So, let's make one of these first. There we go, 4 deep storage units. These are really nice. Really nice. These, if you look at it there, you can determine which side things coming in and out. Items go in, and then you can pull this out thing there. You can pull a stack out at a time. So as long as you've got more than a stack's worth in, you can just grab a stack out there. Look. So this can hold 2 billion. So our wood will be going to this. At the minute, like I had the fertilizer turned off. Really, I should have made these yesterday. So all this wood and all this fertilizer could have just been getting rammed into there, ready to warm the boiler up. So that's what we'll be using for saplings probably as well. Definitely wood. Definitely fertilizer. So let's put the boiler together. I'm going to put the boiler together today, and then work out how I'm going to route the sawmill and stuff. But I'll do the ME network tomorrow and get that routed properly with the ME network. First thing I need to do is I've nicked one of the aqueous accumulators from up where I was making bricks over there, because we don't need to make bricks anymore. I've done all the floors. We don't need to make them at that kind of pace anyway. So we can make bricks nice and slow using the 4 Ignis extruders, 5 if you include the one upstairs. So I've got plenty of ability to make brick. The reason we're doing this is because a boiler needs a water source, so I'm going to give it its own water source. Aqueous accumulator in the middle of there. That'll make water for us. Make water. So now, it's going to put out upwards. So put our last boiler block in there. Obviously this isn't a multi-structure yet, but once I get these 36 things in there, it will be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now this all goes wrong. If I ain't got enough wood to keep up, it's not the end of the world, because I could always change these solid fuel fireboxes for liquid ones later on and use refined bees to run this as a liquid boiler. My plan is to have a load of boilers down here, and that farm's obviously going to get in the way if I keep bringing it down like I plan to, but I'm thinking of changing that farm around a bit. Now that I've made it, I'm not that impressed. So there we go. That's become a steam boiler. It should be filling up with water. There it is. Bit slow at first, but it doesn't use that much when it's running. And then, if we had power crystals, if we had power converters made by power crystals in, it's really cheap to use a steam consumer. But because we ain't got that in, I'm going to do it the proper way and make some industrial steam engines. Now, while I remember, the 0.5 version does have some new mods added. I was looking at the forum while I was waiting for some steel to make. I still haven't got enough steel to do everything I want here, by the way. But the blast furnace is pretty slow. Couple of things I did with 0.5 that I definitely know of. One of them is Magic Bees. That's Thalmic Bees. It's changed its name. It's added support for Ars Magica and Equivalent Exchange. So you can now run Magic Bees if you don't have Thalmcraft. Before it was fully dependent on Thalmcraft being there as well as an add-on. Now it's a standalone mod that still uses Thalmic Bees. You still got all the Thalmic Bees in it. They're a bit easy to get into. You don't have to do quite so much vanilla forestry bees to get to the Thalmic Bees now, apparently. That's information I got from watching today's episode of Forgecraft, Dywell's Forgecraft. I forgot his name. The guy who makes Thalmic Bees was talking about it, magic something, or Mysterious Ages, there we go. Mysterious Ages was talking about how he's changed it around a little bit, so we're getting that on 0.5. So I don't know when we're at it. The other thing is Mistcraft, we're getting Mistcraft, which should be good, partly because the Magic Bees adds new hives, and we need some new weld gen. So Mistcraft Ages will be new weld gen. And partly because Mistcraft was really good, we'll be able to set up quarry welds and stuff. So that's looking good. Right. What I'll put on this then is the proper thing that's meant to go on these, and that's industrial steam engines. Now these take a shit ton of steel. If you look there, actually I'm 20 steel short still. I need 36 steel gears in total, and 18 pistons, 18 bits of glass, and then another 54 steel there. That's got us 15. We need 3 more, so it's another 6 actually. I need another 6 steel gears. Real pricey, but this 18 of these engines will run this to its max. So the way I always do it is I like to have my engines placed on the side. Oh, shit, not like that I don't. So I'll face all these the right way and run some conduit. I should have actually run the conduit first, shouldn't I? That would have made miles more sense if I'd have gone like so first. So I always put 6 on each face. Now you don't have to have these facing the steam boiler, but I like them facing the steam boiler because then you'd have to run liquid ducts to them. So if you do it this way, you can face the steam goes straight into them once it's running. Of course, it's not running yet, but there we go. Wrench them round. Oops. And wrench them round. Yeah, like I say, I should have done this. Should have put them in first. We also want to wrench the pipe so it's putting power in once these are up and running. And of course these are going to need a redstone signal as well. So I should maybe do it 1 block further forward, so we could get some power line behind it there. But I might change that off camera actually. But put these last 3 on. There we go. They face the correct way now. That you're doing right. So the 3 that I'm missing would go there. And what that these produce 8 MJ tick each. So you can see there 144. 8 times 18 is 144. 144 MJ a tick, which is the max that a high pressure steam boiler can put out. So as long as we've got enough fuel to keep that at temperature and running, we're going to get 144 MJ a tick. And at the minute we've been using 2 magmatic engines to run everything that produce 4 MJ a tick each. So of course the one there and the one upstairs. But of course going to 144 is going to give us much more power capability to run more stuff. So that's good. Right, I'm going to wrap up the episode there. The episode full of mistakes. I'm going to sort out some infrastructure between episodes. I'm going to get things ready to make a little ME network to handle the materials for this. I'm probably going to move that forward so we can get. We're going to be using this stuff on it, of course. Rednet cable, and I'll be able to put some nice control on there. So obviously rednet cable will connect real nice to all these, and be able to control it so that the engines turn on and off that signal. So I'll be able to do same as we do with the magmatic one. If the energy cells are full, then the engines will turn themselves off. Not that they need to so much with these, because the steam will get produced anyway, so you don't actually have to turn these off. But I just like the control anyway. Not like magma where it'll keep using lava and then make itself wrench. These will just keep running because the steam boiler always produces steam. But yeah, that's going to look nice and tidy, innit? I think I will move it 1 forward though. Right, I'm going to wrap up the episode there. As always, thank you very much for watching. I hope it was entertaining, even though it's just been a lot of things that I'm probably going to destroy and start again with. But, yeah, I hope you join me next time. Cheers. Bye.